us. Amongst those questions is why do we need free education? How will free education that we want differ from the contemporary education that is given to us? How will this free education benefit us? Shibela shared some Marxist approach where he viewed the society in two classes, the working class and the capitalist class. And we are giving education just to become the working class, not that you are going to earn any means of production. So I want you to share with us, based on the discussion that Jamil and the presentation that she made, how is your perspective regarding the possibility of free education in South Africa as you come?
Thank you once more, Program Director. I've introduced myself, but to those who are not here yet, the current Deputy Secretary of EFF Student Command UNIZULU branch. Firstly, I would like to say that I'm not only standing here as a student or as an individual, but I'm here to promote and further fulfill the duties of the Student Command. The Student Command, as we know, has 7 cardinal pillars, and those cardinal pillars guard everything that we do outside and inside of politics as the EFF. I'd like to quote Alan Toffler, who said, "The illiterates of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read or write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn." Right now, if you say you're educated, it does nothing merely to be educated. We must understand that education is systematic, and everything that works in Mhlabeni is systematic. There are systems that are set in place to guide us day to day, and right from birth up until death, there are systems that we work by. Firstly, we have learned or been told that right now the economy cannot deal with free education. Free education is not yet feasible. That's what we have been told. That's what we are learning right now. We need to unlearn all of these things because we ourselves as human beings, firstly, have the moral obligation to disobey every unjust law. And as students, we know the crisis that we face day in and day out. And the ideology of education must go beyond just being something that you are given. I believe that any freedom that comes or anything that you are given is not entirely yours. It belongs to the person who gave it to you. Because if we want to actually realize free education, we must take it for ourselves. We are the ones who want it, we are the ones who must take it. Just like every other freedom that we know we want and that we know we deserve, we must take accordingly. Firstly, as the EFF and the Effsc, when we speak of free education, we do not speak just of monetary value. We believe in free, quality, and most especially decolonized education. When we want to speak of decolonized education, we speak of education of the mind. Let me not say education, rather, let me say knowledge. Because we know that if you still have that slave mentality. Because beyond being free and accessible, education must be something that sparks something in you. As Uche Kubara once said that, "I am not a liberator because the people must liberate themselves." We as student leaders and ourselves must fight for the self-liberation of every person. It does nothing to educate somebody to become employable. It does nothing to educate somebody to become part of the working class. We must create a people who will strive for everything that is African and for everything that is us. The education was not meant for us. As much as we say we transformed from pre-1994 up until now, it's not true. Actually, it's a myth that we keep telling ourselves and rainbowizing our nation into something that is free in its entirety, whereas we know it's not. Decolonization of education does not mean transformation or translation of mere content from mhlambe isiNgisi noma Afrikaans to isiXhosa, isiXhosa noma isiTsonga. It means that the content which is produced and given to people must firstly reflect what is African. It must also reflect what is true. Ngeke kusenzele lutho ukufunda history that glorifies certain people over other people. Ngoba silana nje, I'm pretty sure that every single one of us know of Nelson Mandela and his so-called contribution to the liberation movement. But how many of us know of Okhokho Tsetir? How many of us know of Robert Mangaliso Sobukwe?
Leadership.
So we must at all times fight for what is true in education. Education njengamanje promotes what is called the house Negro.
How?